Hey peeps, Falcore here. So in the Sea of Thieves, we are definitely human, and we live by the same laws of physics that are present in reality as they are in the Sea of Thieves. But has anyone ever wondered, where are we? This has been a subject on my mind for some time, so I thought I'd do a video covering the subject. We know that the Sea of Thieves, or at least its location to its entrance, is within the real world. When first starting the game, you are presented with this map, which shows several clues to the Sea of Thieves entrance location in the real world. But the Sea of Thieves is a strange place. A ring of dense fog surrounds it, known as the Shroud, which corrodes wood and warps metal. In the Athena's Fortune novel, the crew of the Magpie's Wings spoke of the stars changing the second they entered. This is a picture of the regular night sky we see in real life, and this is a picture of the Sea of Thieves night sky. The reason I use these two comparisons is that although the Sea of Thieves is a fictional adventure world, it is actually set in the golden era of pirating on planet Earth as we know it. So why the sudden change in the night sky? And what's with all these mystical plagues and creatures? With the new stars, my first thought was that this strange fog known as the Shroud was some sort of portal that transports us to another world, or another realm, or even dimension. I mean, it makes sense, right? If it was a different world, the stars would be different from our view on the surface. But with the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, and the North Star, or Polaris, shining true north at all times, this still suggests that we are on planet Earth. But not as we know it. So we're still on Earth. Maybe it's time. Maybe the Sea of Thieves exists so far in the past, so far that we're in a completely different part of the universe. We've gone so far back that our swing around the Milky Way has plug-holed us into a different location in our galaxy. Makes sense, I suppose. It would explain the changes in the night sky and the cave paintings from the ancients. But let's not forget that if we went this far back in time, planet Earth was still space dust. In fact, most of the galaxy was just space dust. Maybe we died. Maybe this is some type of purgatory. It would certainly explain things like the Ship of the Damned, and why we cannot truly die in this realm. It would also explain the heavenly skies and the dangers that exist at every turn. But if we were indeed dead, then people like the Pirate Lord and DeMarco would not have been able to travel back and forth to the real world. So we can't have changed location, and we can't have traveled through time. And we didn't pop our clogs. It's no secret that the Sea of Thieves is a place of legends. Outside of its shroud, things like the Kraken, a four-eyed megalodon, the Walking Dead, and other mystical entities do not exist. So we're not dealing with any type of reality we know when we venture into the Shroud. Could it be that the Sea of Thieves is a place where legends are given birth? Stories that pirates used to tell of huge monsters were merely misinterpreted sea creatures such as whales and sharks, that after a few weeks of dehydration at sea and copious amounts of grog and tortels shared amongst the crew, were given birth as huge krakens and sea serpents that would eat ships whole. In fact, quite a few notorious pirates would blame losing a ship to these sea creatures because the epic tale of a battle with a titanic monster was far more appealing than simply running aground and sinking because your crew sucked. Tales such as the Curse of Monotos Moon, where any sailor who touched land on a full moon would become the undead and be plagued to live eternity as an ever-living corpse hell-bent on eating the flesh of the living. These were usually tales that either the captain or the first mate would spread among the crew to ensure their loyalty when sailing, to make sure they didn't abandon ship when they made port. Sailing out of port on the eve of a full moon was a common thing back then, as it ensured the most light across the seas. So the captain wanted to ensure that everybody was on board before they set sail. When sailors would be at sea, most of the crew would sleep on deck, with only the night sky to entertain them. They would see pictures in the stars and in some cases name them: the Eagle, the Kraken, the Warrior. This was usually just their brains playing tricks on them, seeing pictures that weren't there, like when you stare at a cloud and start to see things. There were also tales of dying at sea and being sent not to the deity of their choice, but rather a spirit realm on an old abandoned ship, with torn sails and calm waters with no winds or land in sight. Doomed to sail for eternity with no harbour or grog. The Sea of Thieves appears to be a place where all these tales of old are given birth, kind of like a cooking pot of stories manifested into reality. A land of sea monsters, spirits, the undead, vast amounts of gold and fortune to be had, a night sky filled with the wondrous stars and images for us to portray, all for the taking, if you're brave enough. And to be honest, as gamers, I think that's why we all like it so much, and the reason why it draws us back in every time we play. I think we're all looking for that place of legend, living in the normal life of the mundane. The Sea of Thieves is our true harbour. That's it for today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you really liked the video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And hell, click that bell so you're always informed of Sea of Thieves news updates and other general random guff that I might upload. Until next time, everybody, happy sailing. Bye-bye.